fight in the lightweight division as well. Luis Villalta, who has been in there with some pretty good guys, and Lakva Sim, who may be the best guy you've never heard of. Maybe after tonight, though, possibly a little bit of noise. This is a guy, though, first time really on national television. He thinks he can go out there and win the fight.
Well, you know, he's got a pretty good record, Barry. There's no question about that. And he's rather heavy-handed. His last 5 wins have all come by knockout. So he is hoping tonight he can upset the apple cart and maybe catch a guy who's coming into this country for the first time and trying to make a name. And I'm talking about this man right here, Lakva Sim, and catch him off guard. But I'm very anxious to see Lakva Sim in person. This is a guy who actually fought for the world title in his 6th pro fight. Didn't win that fight, but he did here. He won the championship at the expense of Takanori Hatakeyama, and you see him barreling away. Look at his style. All action, big punch. I'm really anxious to see Lakva Sim in action tonight. He looks like he's got to be one of the most exciting fighters in the division.
Yeah, so not too many people here may know him as a household name, but I'll tell you what, in Mongolia, he is big time. And in fact, the first champion ever out of Mongolia. Well, we're talking lightweights, and what better guy to talk about when you think back on 22 years ago tonight. Where were you? I know where our partner was. Sean O'Grady was fighting for and winning the lightweight championship of the world against a guy by the name of Hilmer Kenty, who could fight a little bit also, but none like that guy. And look at that face. Ain't he
choir boy? Look at him.
Oh, thanks. There's my new agent. Hey, guys, thanks. Those were some great memories, and that happened 22 years ago today. A couple of lightweights trying to make some great memories tonight. Latka comes into this fight. Villalta says that I'm trying to make a name for myself here in the United States. He's 2-2-1 since he came to the U.S., trying to build his name here in the United States. And Sim, the hard puncher, he's on the attack. Sim looks as though he's putting it all together. But the problem with Sim, he has been off for almost a year. He'll have to shake through some ring rust. That should be a terrific matchup. Two barn burners. God, great memories they want to make for themselves tonight. I remember when back when I was boxing, you guys calling fights. See what 22 years of working with you two guys will do to a man.
Actually, we were doubling on our prom, as I recall, right? We
that's correct.
Stopped and watched that on Kinescope.
They never show any picture of me with my debating gold medal. What about that then? The night that I won that, that was pretty good.
How come he looks so good though? You and I look 105.
Sad, very sad.
Let's talk about the numbers in our first fight. This is the tale of the tape. It's brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Just for Men, more than a hair color. It's the Rejuvenator, and you can see Villalta has had more fights, but not against the caliber of competition that Sim has. Sim has not only been in there with some outstanding fighters, he has beaten some outstanding fighters. Both these guys have a lot of pop. You saw a little bit of Sim's pop in the highlight that Rich just spoke of. Well, look at Villalta. He's got 23 knockouts in his 27 wins. The clock is ticking on both these guys. One is 34, one is 32. What do you say we get to it right now? Here for the first time, Amy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Goose and Tudor Boxing, in association with the Miccosukee Indian Gaming Resort, welcomes you to Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Tonight's bouts are under the auspices of the Miccosukee Athletic Commission. The chairman of the Miccosukee Athletic Commission is Billy Cypress. The assistant chairman is Jasper Nelson. The remaining commissioners are Andrew Burt, Max Billy, and Jerry Cypress. The commission's legal counsel is Juan Vargas. The executive director is Don Hazelton. And the tribe's executive boxing consultant is Paul Herman. All bouts are scored under a 10-point must system, using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. All ring officials are assigned by the Miccosukee Athletic Commission. The attending ringside physicians are Dr. Stanley Simpson and Dr. Mark Gordon. The judges at ringside are John Rupert, Michael Pernick, and Peter Trematera. The timekeeper is Carmine Chiricella. And the knockdown timekeeper is the alternate referee. The referees are Jorge Alonso and Armando Garcia. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening, 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 135 pounds with a record of 27 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 23 of those wins coming by way of knockout. From Lima, Peru, Luis Villalta. Introducing his opponent to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 135 pounds, with a record of 16 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked 2nd with the WBA. He is the former world champion from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, Lakva Sim. And your referee and man in charge, Armando Garcia.
Está muy alto esto, ¿ok? Voy a aceptar golpes aquí, ¿ok? Good, clean fight, ¿ok? Pelea limpia. God bless our coalition and the families. Good fight.
Here are the ABC rules. 3 knockdown rule will not be in effect. There will not be a standing 8 count. Fighter cannot be saved with the bell in any round. And the headbutt rule, we go to the cards after the 4th round.
Aquí. Ready here?
Lakva Sim is an action fighter with a big punch. It has been in Thailand and Mongolia. Can he carry that big punch here to America?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And Villalta has fought most of his fights actually in his native Peru. Came here 6 fights ago. This is his 6th fight since coming to the United States. He's fought mostly up in the Northeast. He was stopped by Brian Adams in his last fight.
It's a 9-year pro, though, with a good record, 27-3-1, and he's landing an overhand right here, kind of sucker punches to Lakva Sim early in the fight. He's landed about 3 or 4 times with it.
Mongolia, actually, we talk about the fact that Sim is the first professional champion. They have had some very good amateurs, though, in the past. Horse country, Mongolia. Right hand by Villalta, who's finding a home for that.
Watch your head, watch your head.
Near clash of heads.
Lakva Sim lost his title to John Kwong Bet after beating Hakatakiyama. And if you remember, Barry, we called, you, me, and Sean, we called the fight where Beck lost the championship ultimately to Joel Casamayor.
They have come very close to clashing heads on a couple of occasions here. Good right hand by Sim. That stopped Villalta on his way in.
He's heavy-handed. Lakva Sim, he doesn't fight often, but he's got a big punch.
Tiene que levantar la cabeza, ¿ok? Tiene que levantar la cabeza. No push him down.
13 of Sim's 16 victories have come by knockout. You talk about rushing a fighter, as I mentioned in our pre-fight comments. They had him in a 12-rounder in his 3rd fight, Barry, and fighting for the world championship in his 6th fight.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Against a fighter from Thailand. And boxing, of course, is a big-time sport in Thailand, and guys come very quickly. And there are some tough guys in these light divisions in Thailand. Good right hand by Villalta. Good first round here.
I'm waiting for Lakva Sim to open up with the combinations. You saw him in our pre-fight tape that we showed you of his championship fight with Hakatakiyama. Once he starts throwing punches, he'll throw a lot of them.
And he throws good, short, crisp punches when he's at his best.
He's starting to pick it up here, Barry. You can almost see it in his attitude. He's starting to come a little quicker.
Blood showing on the face of Sim. Coming from the nose, I believe. All told, I thought not a bad round for Villalta. Let's talk about this man from Lima, Peru.
Well, he's a heavy-handed guy, as we said, his last 5 wins by KO. He's tried to step it up on a couple of occasions, but has, especially against Tancho Tanchev, a former Olympic silver medalist, but he's not been able to take the big step. Has trained with Joel Casamayor, so he's gotten good gym work.
Remember Seattle?
In regard to getting ready in preparation.
Hey, baby.
Then you have across the ring Lakva Sim, and they are attending to what must be a nick there, Barry, to cause that blood. A very aggressive guy, very powerful. The only losses he's had, and those are 3 times in the WBA world title fights. Married to a university professor, and he speaks several languages, including French and Korean.
Well-rounded guy, isn't he? We start the second round, and Villalta greets him with that overhand right again, and Sim's going to have to find an answer for that.
Villalta had quite a layoff in his career as well, 3.5 years at one point before he returned to the ring in August of last year.
Sean O'Grady has joined us here at our ringside table. Sean, you talked about ring rust with Lakva Sim, and might have seen just a little bit of it in that first round.
Yeah, he was getting tagged too. He does a nice job with his right hand. He throws a real straight, kind of a sneaky right hand. And if you'll notice the way that Luis Villalta carries his left, it's low, so he's open. There he is, right there, open for that punch. And he's real sneaky, Sim is, with that right, real fast, crisp, and it's on the target. Look at these little foot feints too. That's nice work.
Yeah, both these guys actually looking pretty crisp, I think, early in this fight. Villalta obviously showed up to fight.
Well, that's good, too. It's good for Sim because he'll get a real test here tonight.
Good right hand again by Sim.
We want to see what he's really all about.
Sim's got him in retreat right now.
Pretty good strength in Sim, too.
Absolutely. You guys both talked about it. Very heavy-handed for a little guy.
Just a lot of upper strength, too. He even kind of pushes down his opponent. What I always try to do is knock my opponents down, so the force of my punch would carry down the weight of my punch on the end of it, right on the end of my fist. And that's the way he punches. That's what you call a heavy-handed fighter.
And this is the range he wants to be. Took a big right hand from Villalta.
It's kind of a slapping right hand. Look at Villalta throwing that hand from the outside.
You can just kind of tell about Sims. He looks like the type of guy that would have one-punch knockout power.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. You're just kind of waiting for something to happen from him.
Well, I think he's really getting into it, getting wound up here. Sometimes if you go in looking for the KO, you can't find it. Just get into the mode of the fight. Just relax, let your punches fly. Sometimes you send in some probing shots, only to follow it up with real hard punches.
In the meantime, Villalta is fighting a very good fight here. There's a right hand from Sim. You can see every time Sim connects with a right hand, Villalta goes backward.
And he comes back, too.
Yes, he
goes backward, then he moves back in forward. A tough guy to fight, Villalta.
Coming to the end of round number 2. It's been a pretty good display, actually, so far, really by both men, but I think Villalta out of the blocks pretty quickly. It is for a championship, but a championship that means another championship down the road, perhaps, for the winner, Johnny Rivera, Julio Garcia. That's our main event. Meanwhile, round 3, Lakva Sim and Luis Villalta.
And I think it's time for Sim to start turning it up a notch here.
He may be awaiting an opening. He's looking for an opening for Villalta to slow down just a bit, just a moment to lose focus or concentration. Then he can turn it up.
Villalta, though, doing a nice job of getting in, getting out, staying out of harm's way.
Yep, fighting a controlled fight is Villalta. Sim is ranked currently number 2 in the world by the WBA. Could fight after this for a vacated WBA title against top contender Miguel Chalas after the Leonard Doran, Paul Spadafora unification bout.
Leonard Doran, wow.
Yeah, that
turned back in time.
Really. It's like the guy almost named himself that, right? Leonard Doran.
There's a left hand from Sim.
In his last fight, he fought 12 tough rounds in that open-air stadium in Thailand, Barry, where not only the fighters are tough, but the conditions are tough. They fought at 104 degrees that day, and he lost a split decision.
That was last April, however, and since then he has not had a fight. So just about a year, almost a year to the day, 13th of April last year.
He probably was out busy the night before celebrating the anniversary of Sean O'Grady's winning of the title.
I think that's right.
That's why he did it.
That's what happened. Well, hopefully he didn't do that last night. Oh, I guess tonight's the night for him to celebrate, right?
Sim did get there with a short right hand a moment ago, and you can tell Villalta respects his power.
I tell you, I got great respect for these fighters who come on the other side of the world, like Sim from Mongolia, come on the other side of the world and fight at this kind of pace. Shaking through the rust still. He takes some shots.
He is taking some shots. Villalta's been very consistent.
But Sim has turned it up. This round, Villalta is fighting back.
And I think Villalta, though, is feeling his strength a little bit.
Gaining some confidence.
Again, blood from the nose of Lakva Sim. It's nothing that would really, I believe, create a big problem for him.
No, but it's such a pain because you can't get any coagulant right to the cut. It's inside the nose, so you can't see it. It's difficult to stop. What fighters do to keep from getting nosebleeds is they snort iodized salt water.
Thank you.
It hurts.
Sim's is definitely cranking it up here.
Did you see, Rich, that jab actually just about took Villalta off his feet?
Well,
he
actually leaps into the jab. He gets his power behind it. You're going to see a couple of things here. You're going to see a good jab here, but watch the body motion that he actually leans into his punch as he throws it. Talking about Sim, watch it. Look at how he leans in, and so he really gets his body leverage and power into his jabs.
You could see what a strong jab that was, and the reaction that Villalta. He slides, he's safe. And that could be trouble. It might be a knee.
He can't get up.
That's just a shame.
Unbelievable.
And that's on. How many times have we seen that, Rich? That the painted part of the
It appears he twisted his right ankle as he was going in, okay?
On it.
It's his ankle, Barry.
Yeah, that's just a shame.
Fight may be over.
Unless it's just a cramp.
Very
that's
unusual.
Well, remember the last time we saw this was the final fight of Tommy Hearns.
That's right. I think that was, who was that, against Uriah Grant?
I believe that's right. They will look at the ankle here. You're right. It's an injury you don't often see in the sport of boxing. Not swollen, but obviously painful. Let's take a look at it.
That's it. It's finished, right?
See what we can see.
He runs across. Well, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
There is no 5-minute rule. Oh, there's where the ankle problem came.
Oh, yeah. He sat right on him.
Finished.
Watch him run across the ring, literally, slide down.
Where's
fight is over,
where's
incidentally,
Paul?
Rich. Fight has been stopped.
Right, and Sim actually sits on it.
Come here.
Well, that if you talk about the anticlimax of all anticlimax.
Yeah, and it's really too bad because it was shaping up to be a very exciting fight.
And I'm very disappointed because I think that Sim was just beginning to get it going.
All right, well, he is still, as you can see, in some pretty serious pain and very upset. And you hate to see a fight end like this, especially I thought he was doing a pretty good job in the fight, and yet I agree with you that we were just starting to see the best of Lakva Sim. Well, we'll come back and wrap this one up and move along after this. To Luis Villalta is being wrapped in tape, and that could be I don't want to speculate, but it could be a break of some sort. And you just hate to see a fight end like this. And let's go to Amy now. We're going to get the decision. It's a surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. Your winner by TKO, 8 seconds into round number 4, Lakva Sim.
I don't think Lakva would want to win that way, and I suspect these two will hook up again.
So he is a TKO winner, and there's no accidental headbutt here, so nothing like that, so you don't go to a scorecard or anything. It's just that Villalta cannot continue. So Lakva Sim is the winner of the bout. It's disappointing for everybody, I'm sure, including him, as you say. Villalta in tears at this point. Upset. He was doing a very good job in there. Plus, he's in a lot of pain on top of it.
Yeah, it's just a shame. It really is. Actually, I had him ahead in the fight. I had him winning the first 2 rounds. And I thought, you know, he's a guy that came in here with an idea of how he was going to win, and you just hate to see a fight end like this, and it's going to look like a TKO against him on his record.
Well, he made a decision to do this, run across the ring, and then he slides down. That's not what hurts. Here is what hurts. You're going to see that's the ankle, but watch Lakva Sim come right down on it. Boom!
Yeah, it's just the same. Sean O'Grady is in the ring, and we'll try to find out some of the particulars. Sean?
Trying to find out what happened, a lot of question marks, and Toru Watanabe is going to help me talk to Sim. Will you ask Mr. Sim how he felt in this fight and what exactly happened?
この試合どういう感じでしたか、ラグバのコンディション、それからこの4回目に起こったこと、何が起こったと思いますか。
지금 네가 지금 2라운드, 3라운드 작전을 갖다 만드는 것이 저 상대방이 지금 이렇게 되니까 상대가 자꾸 숙이고 무릎을 꿇으니까 지금 화가 났잖아. 근데 작전은 5라운드부터 했다.
아, 그래. 그리고 저기 처음에 미국에서 시합을 했는데 저 미국 스타일대로 몰고 있으니까 저거 2라운드, 4라운드, 3라운드 저거 알고 있었어요. 그리고 우리가 5라운드 끝난다 생각.
지금 미국에서의 시합이 처음 이제 아메리카 대와 시합이初めだから 이 3라운드までこっちにずっと見て安全にいって5ラウンドから着戦になります。それで今日勝ちのことが6ラウンドに契約しました。
First of all, we'd like to thank the Gusen Tutor Promotion this great opportunity to fight in the United States on Fox Sports Net. Lakva says that because it's his first fight, in the first 3 rounds, his plan of the fight is not fight, not change lot of punches. He's looking for his opponent. Just he's looking for the opportunity to hit hard.
Okay, well, still looking for opportunities. Guys, I don't know that I still know what happened, but I feel like I've been around the world up here. Everybody's an interpreter, guys.
Thanks a lot. Rich, we've kind of been to the UN here. It went from Japanese to Mongolian, and then Mongolian back to Japanese, and finally into English. Here's some highlights.
All right, take a look at round 1. Sim was coming forward, but Villalta kept cracking him with those overhand rights. Nice little bit of work by Villalta. He was doing it again in the second round, surprising Lakva Sim continuously with overhand rights. And he appeared to both Barry and me to win the first 2 rounds. Third round, though, Lakva Sim started to really turn up the heat. He started coming forward, throwing punches, much more intense atmosphere. Fourth round, here comes Villalta flying at him, slips, and down he goes, and Lakva Sim goes right down on top of him.
But there was something that was interesting there, and that was the referee coming in there saying no knockdown. Now, if there was no knockdown, why was it ruled a TKO?
Strictly a man can't continue. That's it. Guy can't continue.
But if there was no knockdown?
No, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with the knockdown. They're just saying the man can't continue the fight.
I guess that's true. I'll buy it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy can't.
All right, let's go up to Sean O'Grady. He's with Dan Goosen. Sean.
Well, hopefully Dan Goosen can clear all of this confusion up for us.